All right, this is gonna be video number 3 in this weight loss series. So this is called understanding food, right? So we talked about how just telling you what to eat isn't going to create the change because it's not going to be sustainable. So this is a very, very simple chart of how we teach people to understand food and food selection. This is downloadable in the link below as well. There's a whole explanation of these 4 quadrants, as well as the list of foods that fit into each category that I'm listing here. So I'm going to give you a quick video walkthrough of each category, how you select from them, and then how you use this as your reference when selecting food, all right? So we have 4 different sections of food. The first are what I call nutrient high but calorie low foods. So what that means is they've got a lot of nutrients in them, minerals, vitamins, all the things you want, and they are very low in calories. So generally these are the healthier preferred options of foods. Things like fruits, vegetables, lean protein sources, and things like that. Generally those have a lot of nutrition for a very low trade-off in the amount of calories, meaning you can eat a lot of them and get satisfied and meet your nutritious needs without going overboard in your caloric needs, okay? So these are going to be your preferred source. We're going to get back to how you choose and how much you choose from each in a second. Section 2 here on the right are high nutrient, high calorie foods. These are things like healthy fats, your superfoods like chia seeds, flax seeds, acai. Those are things that have a lot of nutrition, but also a lot of energy, which means they're really easy to overeat and can kind of be deceptive. Things like superfoods, I get this question a lot at the gym, or I hear this a lot, which is, man, people are eating so much chia seeds and so many acai, like so much acai, because they didn't realize that despite it being a really, really healthy thing, there's a lot of calories and we just cannot go out over our calorie targets, right? So other good examples of this are things like avocado and coconut and nuts, right? Really easy to overeat, but really, really important and vital to our nutrition overall. Section 3 here are what I call low nutrition, low calorie foods. And these are things that are necessary, but we have to understand what they are. These are just energy. Almost no nutrition. They don't provide us with much or any vital nutrients or macronutrients or micronutrients or vitamins, but they give us energy. So these are things like carbs, starchy carbs, things like rice, bread, quinoa, maybe some types of fruits that are higher in sugar, things like bananas and mangoes, all right? And generally, just because this is the easiest category to explain when to use, you use these on exercise days, all right? For the most part, if you're not having consistent exercise days, you don't need a whole lot from this category because it's pure energy and not a lot of nutrition, right? And then the last category here, these are what I call your treats or your cheats. These are foods that are low in nutrition but very high in calories, right? So typically these are things like processed refined grains and sugars, fatty foods, dairy, starches, things like that that are kind of processed and many steps removed from the ground. So some examples of this would be like fried foods, chips, candy, tortillas. Couple other examples might be cookies and baked goods and things like that. And then generally, just so everybody knows, dairy in our view almost exclusively falls into this category. This is a tricky one. Dairy has very few good trade-offs for the amount of calories it has, unless you're getting some very specific types of dairy, which we're not going to get into in this video, all right? So that's it for understanding the quadrants. I'm just going to quickly repeat. These are your fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. These are your healthy fats, mixed nuts, and avocado and products like that. So high nutrition, high calorie. These are your starches, basically just pure energy. Not a lot of nutrition, a lot of energy. And these are treats, cheats, and things that you want to generally minimize in your diet, all right? So that'll be that for that video. The next video, which we'll do in a second, is going to have how do you portion from each of these? How do you pick, choose, and when?